Okay, I think I'm having a problem in this bed. So we decided to design these two beds differently to see how the sun would hit them. In the back bed, we did it, if you want to call it, horizontally across to say the peppers in the front, the tomatoes in the middle, and cucumbers in the back. We planted the same basic stuff here where it's, call it vertically. We have tomatoes here, banana peppers in the middle, and cucumbers on the side. What I'm finding is my problem is the sun rises behind me up this way and sets over to my left. So the problem is my banana peppers in the middle are getting shaded on both sides from the cucumbers and the tomatoes. So I think what I'm going to do is pull out the back two banana peppers and plant them somewhere else because they are definitely not getting enough sun. Well, lesson learned. Okay, took the two of those out, put them in the other bed. I'll show you the bed. I put them right here in, call it the side garden, with all the extra plants that we had. So hopefully they'll get a lot more sun and they won't be shaded. We'll see. Okay, let's do a garden update. Today's May 16th. Well, my tomatoes are looking good. Cherry tomatoes and honey delights doing well. Here's an update back here. We ended up putting pole beans into a container right by the fence, and then as it grows, we're gonna let it just grow right on the fence. We actually did it in two spots. Green bean seems to be a good favorite in the house, so we wanted to add extra beans. Okay, raised beds. Cherry tomatoes, added an extra layer so they could grow. Lesson learned, we need to do higher trellises or cages. Banana peppers. Look, I have little blooms starting on my banana peppers. Cucumbers growing like crazy. I know this isn't the prettiest, but we added some buckets on the side so they could start reaching out to the fence. There are some great blooms and fruit here. Let's see if I can zoom in and get it. Back here, bell peppers. Obviously the ones on the ends are not growing as well. Reason being is I think it's because the stake here is blocking the sun. But I have blooms down here too. Yay! Romas look really good. I went ahead and staked them. I also have blooms down here, or tomatoes that are actually growing. And in the back, the cucumbers, they're slowly reaching for the trellis and growing. The beans are doing amazing. There are so many blooms that are all over, so it's going really, really well. The bush beans. And in the back, we've been coming out and picking beans. Just a handful here or there. Not necessarily a big harvest or anything like that. At least not yet. Finally, the Swiss chard is starting to bloom. Looking good. My carrots are starting to bloom. Let's see, let's go back to this bed. Back here. Zucchinis. Let's see if I can find one in here. There you go. We got a couple of zucchinis in bloom. Doing well. I did trim the zucchini. I'm a little worried that I may have trimmed it too much. Beets, turnips. Again, I don't know if those guys are going to work out. Carrots, they're looking good. The new planting of the beans are growing. And over here, honey delights. This part of the garden actually is a lot more shaded than I expected. So I don't know how this is going to do. We got tomatoes, bell peppers, hot peppers, eggplant, and kale. I think the kale's looking great. I can't wait to have some of that. And that's it. Let's go back to the beginning. Here's your garden update. May 16th, update on the side garden. Remember, I added 2 plants right here. Those are the 2 extra banana peppers that weren't growing well in the other garden. So these 4 on this side are hot peppers, bell peppers, and then all in the back is eggplant, which is slowly growing, but they're actually starting to look really, really good. Then over here is my unknown tomato garden. Cherry tomatoes and or sunny honey delights. Unfortunately, I did a terrible job of labeling them, so it's my surprise garden. We'll see what grows. Cherry tomatoes with radishes, growing very well. Again, cherry tomatoes and radishes, going really well. That's the update. May 16th, update on our herb garden. Oregano, we have to come out and do more clippings. It's growing like crazy. Cherry tomato, doing well. Haven't done clippings yet of English thyme. Radishes, going. Another cherry tomato, a lot of flowers, and my last cherry tomato. The rest of it's basically all flowers. There you go. Alright, I don't think I've done a back deck update on all the container stuff in a while, so let's walk through this and see how we're doing here. Today is May 16th. We have some cilantro, parsley, basil, mint, and more cilantro that needs to be trimmed. That's vinca. Over here in the containers, I have Roma that has some buds on it. Crazy idea, it's corn. We got to do something with it. It looks like somebody keeps digging in the container, so I'm not sure if that's going to really last. Zucchini, romaine lettuce, another Roma, parsley, turnips that I think are not doing well. I think epic fail. Lettuce, and our sugar snap peas. We still have a couple of, call them late bloomers. I have another round of lettuce that I brought outside because I gave it some fish food. I actually found a pepper that was growing right next to another pepper, a bell pepper, so I put it into a cup. And then these three down here are actually hot peppers. The lettuce I'll probably end up growing maybe inside or maybe in another bucket. I haven't decided yet. But it's awful late to start lettuce because it's really starting to get hot here. Oh, this in the back here is dill. These, I believe, are parsleys. I have a clipping from a basil plant because they were growing so big. I wanted to start a new one. And then this one right here is a butterfly plant, flower. And that one there, I think, is another flower. I can't remember the name of it. But we're trying to see if we can get that guy to grow too. There you go. There's your back deck update. Okay, it's May 14th. I am actually going to pull a couple of radishes.